Hi, this is David Tam for Asia Poker Academy Thailand, here with JY, aka Imki. We're going to be discussing some of his hands in the past week, and we're going to just go over hands that he had trouble with or he found that uh, they were difficult playing. So let's jump right into it. Alright, so we have ace queen in the small blind, cutoff opens, we 3-bet, get flatted. Alright, flop comes jack 7-4 of hearts, very good flop for us. So standard line is to
C-bet.
Alright, correct. Now we see bet, get flatted again. What do you think he has when he flats behind here?
I'm not entirely sure. It could be anything ranging from a jack or even 2 overs considering his stats.
Yes, considering his stats, could be anything from gut shots, straight draws, lower flush draws, jack, a 7, a 4. I guess a set could be possible here as well. Okay. So now the turn comes and your standard line here is to
C-bet again. But I opted for a check raise or a check call over here because I'm not sure what the villain has and the 9 seems to be a danger card for me.
Okay, so why didn't you c-bet here? Because you decided that the 9 is a danger card?
Yes.
Why is the 9 a danger card?
Because it hits a gut shot and he has possibilities of a 2-pair being completed there.
So
and
your line is to check for information.
Yeah, I guess that's what.
Okay, that is wrong. You want to bet for information.
Alright.
Alright, so since your standard line is to c-bet for information, you decide to check for information here. Okay, so now we know, don't deviate from the plan, right? Okay, so you check, call, right?
Right.
Giving you no information, right? Now, if he has his gut shot,
It was
2-pair.
it was more of a cautious approach than to gain information because I'm not sure what he has.
Okay, so again, if you're not sure what he has, you still have to bet out the turn given your equity and the fact that a lot of cards are not good for your hand when you miss your flush or your ace, right? Even if you hit your ace, it might not be a good card, right? Because if he has ace 7 or ace 4 and decide to flat you.
Okay, but what if he flats my turn bet there?
If he flats your turn bet there, then you can, then his range narrows, right? One, you're getting hands like, possibly you might be getting 5-6 to fold. Ace 4 might be folding here as well. Like, you just want to try to narrow his range, right? And the fact that you have equity, even if he's calling you with a 7 here, I believe it's still, you still have about 40% equity here if you're behind right now against something like King 7 or something like that. So even if you bet out here and he flats, that's good because if he hit his gut shot, he's probably jamming here. If he hit 2-pair, he's probably jamming here. If he has anything that really beats you, he's going to shove over you and then you can fold, right? So now we learned that betting for information, your standard plan, right, is what you should be doing. But we check call here, which is very bad. So now, now that you gave up initiative on the river, the card comes a queen, right? And your line here is to
I put a blocker back here actually because my queen might be good.
Okay, yeah, that's true. And if he jams over you, you will...
Fold.
Okay, because he might have
If he has the
anything
ability
that
to
beats
jam
you.
me here, it beats my hand.
Yeah. So basically, the same line that you're using on the river, you could have used on the turn. Correct? Okay. So now that we do that, now it just becomes more expensive. Your line of check calling on the turn and then bet folding the river, you might as well just bet fold the turn and lose less money. But you bet here, and you're right though, you can be good here a lot of the times. But the queen is also a scary card for him because one, it doesn't complete any flushes. So if you take this line, you should have taken this line on the turn. But given how it's played, I actually like a check call better, since you actually increase the amount of bluffs that he has in his hand. So as a hand played out, if you went check call on the turn, you should probably check call the river. Otherwise, you should just bet fold the turn, what your original plan was. So you check call, and he shows kings. It's pretty bad play by the villain, but we're just going to have to move on and learn from our mistakes.
Right.
Next hand. Alright, so we have queens on the button. Pretty good hand. Cutoff opens. You 3-bet. Gets flatted out of position. Flop comes 6-10-10 to spades. Villain checks. You bet.